Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining and welcome to our very special webinar on a very popular topic. I know that with business administration and management, very interesting topic. That's why we had such a huge demand for that. And today's webinar is very special because we have programs represented on very different levels. And that's why it makes it so interesting. And my name is 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘮𝘳, by the way. I forgot to mention my name. I know that most of you know me already. And as always, I will be behind the scenes, but today more even than usually, because I will give the floor fully to our guests, because we have lots of guests. And that's why my suggestion will be to jump into the presentation right now. Before I do that, to the newbies, once again, to mention this, that you can see the Q&A button in the bottom part of your Zoom interface. This is the main communication line, if you like, between us and you. So you can send in your questions there, whatever questions you have during the whole webinar, and then it will be addressed soon after the presentations are done, because we will have live Q&A session where our guests will be addressing your questions directly, which is a unique opportunity. And my suggestion will be make a use of it. Also, keep an eye on the chat. Although you cannot use the chat, it's always, we will be sharing some interesting information there. So stay tuned, and let me now introduce once again our agenda. So yeah, the topic is business administration and management, this umbrella topic, and we have many guests today. We have guests from Hochschule Rhine-Waal, Professor Dr. Franka Ruvedel, and she will be talking about BA level program in international business and administration. After that, we are moving to Touro University Berlin, and we have two guests, Professor Dr. Anna Klipstein and Sophia Varna, and they will present MBA level program, so Master of Business Administration. Afterwards, we are moving to HTW Saar, and we have Professor Dr. Matthias Grohl, and he will talk about MA program international management. And finally, we are moving to FAU Erlangen-Nürnberg, and we have Nina Knauer and Eva Bleisteiner, who present MSc program in international business studies. All right, so let us move to our first guest, to Hochschule Rhine-Waal. You can see also where it's located on the map. You are almost in Netherlands, but still in Germany. And yeah, so Professor Ruvedel will talk now about BA level program, International Business Administration. And with that, I want to give the floor to you, Professor.
Yeah, thank you very much for that introduction, 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘮. Actually, I'm quite happy to see that you already showed a map, because this is what I inserted in my presentation, like in the very last minute, because I thought, well, probably nobody knows where we are. And as you said already, precisely, we are pretty close to the Netherlands. But as you will learn, even as such a small city and place, you have very nice study degrees. So yeah, I'm happy to share my screen with you and share for the next 15 minutes some insights into our study program with you. So our study program, as you have already learned, is called International Business Administration, and I am from Rhine-Waal University. The city is called 𝘗𝘢𝘕, which I would assume none of you has ever heard so far. I am professor at this university. I'm there since 10 years by now, and I'm professor in finance and accounting. So if you opt for studying with us, you're going to meet me in your first semester, Thursday morning, 8:15 for financial accounting, where we do bookkeeping and stuff like that, and also like for any finance related classes. I'm not only professor in the study degree, but also the head of the study program, and this is why I'm here for you today. So this is us, our university, as you've already seen, so I can skip this. Just a very few remarks on the university overall. So we are a pretty young university. You can see that we have been established in 2009. We are a public university, which means that we do not have any study besides like the pretty small public study fees in Germany, which is obviously an example, and we have two locations in Germany. The one you saw in 𝘗𝘢𝘕, where the study degree is actually that I am representing here, and we have another larger faculty being located in Kleve. Overall, we have 7,000 students, and what makes us special among the German public universities is that actually 53% of our students are international students, and this is something which is in Germany indeed very rare. So 75% of our degree programs are actually taught in English language, which really makes our university, like one of a kind, at least speaking about the public universities, on a bachelor degree level. There are a lot of universities offering English-speaking master degrees, but not that many with bachelor degrees. So I am from the Faculty of Communication and Environment. This is the one which is located in 𝘗𝘕𝘓𝘓𝑡, and here I would like to give you a short impression of our campus here, which is brand new. We moved here, like I would say, I don't know, 5 years ago or so, which is obviously an advantage because we have very new facilities, very new buildings. We have new technology with regards to teaching material and stuff like that, all laboratories as well as PC pools and so on. Everything is well equipped. So this is an impression on that. Here is our faculty at a glance. I'm not going to go into the details here. You're going to be provided with a presentation later on and can check on that yourself. What is important, maybe the information that we have 2,200 students overall at our faculty. In our study program, International Business Administration, we have roughly 350 students enrolled, and 47% of them are international. So this is what is really nice. So we really interact in English language only, and so it's really international. So this slide gives you a short overview on the different study programs. I don't want to go into detail here. The next thing we are focusing on is what is probably most important to you, is our study degree, International Business Administration, which will offer you a Bachelor of Arts in the end of the day. So what I think is hopefully most important is what you would learn when you decide, when you opt for studying international business with us. So our study program is a 7-semester program, which means that overall you will earn 210 credit points, which is good because 210 credit point is the for many master degrees the entry minimum of credit points you have to have. There are also 6-semester bachelor degrees that are being offered, but in that case you have at the master level then often to kind of make up some credit points. So this is not the case here, as we offer 210. So we have here the semesters. We start on the left-hand side with the first column, the 6 modules that are being taught in the first semester. These different colors are basically giving you some insight into the blue ones are like business content, the green ones are rather like methodology learning, and the yellow ones are key competencies. And then on the next page, I will show you the elective courses where you can specify in certain areas. So in the first semester, you get an overview on fundamentals of business administration. Then you learn financial accounting, economics, like about the overall economy, some business law. You are going to do a math class and also learn scientific working, which is laying the grounds for your scientific work in the semesters to come afterwards. Second semester continues with operations and supply chain management, marketing, management accounting, which is about costs, cost calculation, how do I set my prices and things like that. And then also stuff like international economics. You learn project management, which is very important for your life later on in business. And you will also do a statistics course here. Third semester, human resource management, strategic management, and business management. But we also teach things like innovation management. This is a module our students really love always, where they learn a lot of new things like design thinking and stuff like that. And also the one which we have here, entrepreneurship and taxes, which prepares you to run your own business if you would ever be interested in that. So that's also a very, very nice module. The yellow one you see here at the bottom, the key competency. We have a couple of key competencies that are being offered. So you could take, for example, a module such as communication and cooperation, self-organization. You could do like an advanced Excel class here. You could do also like a language course. So you could, especially for, as most of you, I would assume, are international students, you can learn some German here, which is highly recommended if you stay here. So this can be done as a key competencies. So there's like a broad variety of courses you can pick here to kind of get better in your personal skills that are not necessarily business related. So then fourth semester and fifth semester are the ones when it gets really interesting, because you can kind of follow your own interest even deeper. You see that you have like 6 dark blue modules right here, which are our elective courses. And here is an overview on the elective courses we are offering, like marketing communications, corporate social responsibility, human resource development, but also things like consumer psychology, which is very interesting. And you can also do a module which is advanced statistics, which is highly recommended for those students who think about pursuing a master degree afterwards, because most of the master degree require a minimum amount of like, let's say, math, statistics, like so-called quantitative modules. And so we always recommend to take our students that want to opt for a master degree to choose this elective. Nevertheless, there are some students that don't like statistics that much. So if you say, well, I'm going to be fine with my bachelor, of course, you don't need to take it. So that's the idea we have behind here. Then you see here the green module, the so-called interdisciplinary project. That is something special about our university, where we have all fifth semester students from all our study degrees working together on a real life project. So we have companies, we have like the city of 𝘗𝘓𝘕𝑚, we have organizations coming to us with a real life problem that they want to have a marketing concept developed. They want to have a business plan for a certain thing they want to do in the future or something like that. And you as a group of, let's say, 15 students from different study degrees working for one semester on this specific project, and it's a really big module. You can see that you get for this module 10 credit points, so twice as much as for every other module. And you can really help a real company to kind of work on this project. And that is really something where most of the students say that was really a huge takeaway for me, and that I learned so much, especially when it comes also to group management, to project management, to get things done and so on. And like doing this for a real project and not only a fictional case study from the university, that is something really special here. And it's also very nice that you are not only working together with your fellow students, but you always you also have like the designers with you, the IT colleagues from other study programs. So if you want to develop a marketing campaign, for instance, it's very good to have a designer on board, and it's also very good to have an IT student on board who can program the app, for instance. So then we move on to the sixth semester, where you have basically 2 choices. You can do an internship, which can be either in Germany or abroad. It can also be in your home country if you wish, or you can do a semester abroad. And as we are a so-called Erasmus university, that means that at the Erasmus partner universities within the European Union, you can study there free of study fees, which many of our students appreciate. So this is your choice what to do, but both is very interesting and both gives you a lot of opportunities for a later life. So 7th semester, then you're going to write your bachelor thesis and do the colloquium at the very end. At the beginning of the 7th semester, you have 3 workshops which provide you again with additional insights on research methods and stuff like that, which you can do in order to prepare an even better bachelor thesis. And in the semesters before that, you're going to write like various seminar papers, term papers, do presentations, stuff like that, so that you're going to be very well prepared for that bachelor thesis and the final colloquium. So, and this is where you can also like choose your professor, you can choose your topic, negotiating with the professor, so that you can really specialize in an area that you like a lot, and so that this will be an interesting finishing line of your study program, hopefully. So yeah, how does it work, our study program? We are an on-campus university. Of course, we have learned a lot about digital teaching methods and stuff like that during the COVID-19 pandemic. So we do have some blended learning elements today. We also might have every once in a while an external lecturer doing a module on like with digital teaching, but we can say that most modules take place on campus today. And we really are happy to have our students back on campus, because we really feel that it's a better working together if you are there and not only sit at home at your PC. So we appreciate having students here, but we do appreciate that we can have some brilliant lecturers who might live in Munich or something, and they can then do their module at least partly in an online teaching way, but that's not the way it is regularly. So here you can see my colleague Thorsten, by the way, who is our economics teacher. So if you're interested in the detailed content of our study program, I provided you with the link to our handbook of modules down here, where you can read everything in further detail after this here. So this is our team. We have 6 professors, 2 females, 4 male. We are still working on gender diversity, but our scientific assistant, she is female, so we are not that bad as it looks on this picture here. And they are all smiling nicely, and I can tell you, at least from my position, they all are indeed nice. And we are the 6 of us. We are accompanied by some external lecturers, like let's say in law, in digital technology, human resource development, where none of us is like an expert in that field. We have some external lecturers as well who are also doing a very nice job. So, and then I would like to give you just a very quick overview. I have 3 minutes left, if I see this correctly, about like the overall university setting, what else is to be done in Rhine-Waal University, and what other things are there. So we have, which is very important for our international students, we have an international center, which is like the central hub for internationalization, for languages, international partnerships. We have a lot of partner universities all over the world. We offer like you exchange semesters free of charge with Nicaragua. We have a partner university in the United States and stuff like that. So a lot of things there are actually to do. And also we are participating, as I said before, in the Erasmus and the DAAD program, which even offers you funding also for your study abroad stuff. So what is very nice for our international students is our Welcome Center. The Welcome Center is especially designed for the international students who come to Germany first time in their life, and they have to, I don't know, have to get to know Germany, how to live in Germany, what to do here, what not to do maybe. And they offer like tandems and give you a lot of support. They help you with looking for a flat and things like that. So that's really very nice. They also offer the Freshers Week, which we have every year before first semester starts, where all the newbies are being collected together and they are just having a great week, get to know each other, where a lot of program is being offered about getting to know the university, getting to know each other, what to do and stuff like that. So of course we also do have a library. Most of the library stuff is actually nowadays online. So when I'm looking back, when I was like crawling through the library in the past, now it's very convenient and you can get access to most of the resources actually on an online basis. So here's just one very quick overview on the student advisory services that we offer at our university, which I believe actually most universities do. I'm lacking the time to go into detail here, but I can say we have like psychological counseling. We have a lot of also support in if you want to apply for an internship, how should my CV look like if I apply for a company in Germany, how do I write an application letter. There is a study guide if you, I don't know, missed an exam because you were like coming late due to visa problems or stuff like that, and they're going to help you out with problems like that. So there's a lot of that also being available here. We have a huge alumni network where many members are in there, where you kind of have the opportunity to stay in contact with your peers after graduation. There's also Center for Academic Development and Quality, which kind of helps us to improve as teaching staff, as programs and so on. And we do have an e-learning center where you can also get access to various electronic resources that help you studying. There are also various scholarships available, which can help you. Most of them are not only accessible, of course, for Rhine-Waal University students, but to all students. But you'll find an overview here on our webpage. Well, and then, of course, we also have sports with more than 50 sports courses and in more than 50 different sports for students and staff, where you can register, which is free of charge for our students, which is also very much appreciated by our students. And we do have also a lot of music and cultural events. We have a choir, university bands, rehearsal rooms, and stuff like that. So, and besides that, our AStA is very, very active, and they organize a lot of parties and things like that. So even if 𝘗𝘠𝘪𝘴𝘪𝘯 is a tiny city, honestly, we still have a very nice student life going on. So student life on site, this is a picture of the Freshers Week that I mentioned, the week when all first semester students come together in the first week and get to know each other, which is always great fun. And yeah, I can say I'm exactly, I hope, on time now, so I finish. And let me just refer to the webpage where you find further information for prospective students. And then I give the floor to my colleagues from the other German universities. Thank you very much for watching and listening.
Hey, great. Thank you very much, Professor, for a very informative presentation. And with that, let us move now to our second presentation, and let's move to the MBA level now. As I already introduced before, we have two guests from Touro University Berlin. Yeah, I'm not going to explain too much where Berlin is. I'm sure that most of you at least know where Berlin is. And we have, Professor Dr. Klipstein and Sophia Barna, who now present MBA, Master of Business Administration. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Georgi. So I will share now our presentation, and I'm very happy to be here today to welcome everyone to this event and to introduce you to the Touro University Berlin. Berlin is, you know, a very viable city located in the heart of Germany, and Berlin is the city you really can enjoy, and we all do. So that's why it's quite easy to structure your free time. But we will focus on the MBA program. An MBA program is not only study, it's also meaning the young professionals, the people who would like to push up their careers up to the upper level of management and to work hard. So on the pictures, you see our graduates, you see our students, and you see our campus located in the green area of Berlin. So I will give you a short overview about the Touro University and specifically about our graduate MBA program in business. So the short introduction about us. What is the Touro University? We are a branch, a affiliate of the larger institution. It's Touro University in United States, in a headquarters in New York. It's a university with tradition. Last year, we did celebrated 50th anniversary of Touro in New York, and this institution has many programs, 25 locations around the United States, 35 colleges and universities, 34 degrees and 246 programs, and more than 26,000 students. We benefit a lot from this connection to New York. First of all, our students can visit New York and can spend a semester either in New York, and now we have our primary campus in New York on Times Square 3. This is a very nice building with panorama windows, and the students who decided to go for the semester abroad in New York will definitely enjoy this environment. But you also can choose among other universities which we do offer. We have also affiliates in Israel and in Moscow, and we have our university in Berlin. Touro Berlin was founded 20 years ago, so this year is 20th anniversary. And for this year admissions, we offer 10% of discount for all the study program. We are private universities. You might know the American universities are all private ones, but we are non-profit organization. What does it mean? It means that all the money which will generate by the entire Touro University system will reinvested in educational programs. That means that you will really benefit from the whole system of Touro University. We have full academic recognition, and this is accepted globally. In each country in the world, the American diploma, which you will receive, and the diploma is issued in New York, is widely recognized, also in Germany. It's very welcome, especially because the MBA is a regional American degree. All classes are taught in English, and what is specific important for us, we have a, in my view, very good student-teacher ratio. It's 9 students, an average to 1 teacher. Our maximum size of the classes is 25, but the rule, our classes are between 8 and 12 people, which enables us to really maintain a very close bond between professors and the students, and which help us to support our students in their studies and later on in their careers. You will receive this presentation later on from the My German University, and then you can see here, this is a video. You can play later, and then you will see the nice environment. We are surrounded with the lakes, although it's the location which is not far away from the city center of Berlin. It's only 20 minutes away from the city center of Berlin, but it's a very nice, cozy, green area. So this is how our campus looks like. It's an older building, and that's why we have a chimney. We have a nice area for the students to see each other. We have a library, which looks small, but this library is connected to all educational resources Touro University in the United States possess. So your e-library, your database are more or less unlimited. We have a number of programs, but as I mentioned today, we will focus on the MBA, Master of Business Administration. And we have some unique features at the Touro University, which differentiate us from another university. Ones I already mentioned as small-sized classes, very individual way of learning and very high efficiency of learning. Then what we really focus on is a direct connection to businesses for your internship options and opportunities and for your future success in employment. We support our good students, the students with the good results, with internships, with the work, and with the future career. We have a tailor-made teaching and learning methods, and we, in the MBA program, we mainly focus on the case studies. Our goal is to give you a framework which enables you to manage the businesses, to make a good career within one big corporation, or maybe to set up your own business. That all you will learn within this program. We also provide financial aid, some housing and scholarship assistance. This is available, especially for the American veterans. Studying at Touro, it pays off, it's efficient, because all of our graduates have taken up positions in a high-paying professions. What do? We have a mentoring program, because we have quite a number of successful alumni. In Berlin, we are already 20 years old, so we did generate a lot of alumni who did time to make their careers. So if you need a connection to PayPal, you will receive it. If you need a connection to Morgan Stanley in New York on the Wall Street, you can get it. If you need a connection to Apple or maybe to SAP, the big German company, you will get it. Why? Because our alumni are already successful in those companies, and they are already working there. And through the mentoring program, they support our current students. So here is a one glance, different logos and names of the companies our students working for. One company especially available for me, it's the 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘳𝘃 perfumes. It's 2 graduates of Touro Berlin who set up their own business 6 years ago. And now this is a success story, not only in Germany, but also worldwide. So what is the special about MBA program by Touro University Berlin? First of all, we do not require mandatory 2 years of working experience. In most of the MBA programs, it's a requirement. We don't do it. We also do not require a business degree to enter the MBA program. If you have a bachelor in, let's say, pharmaceuticals, IT, design, engineering, and you would like to develop yourself in the field of management or set up your own business, you can come to us. The only what will differentiate you from the business graduates, it's that you have to complete the preparatory course. And this is a special course designed to prepare non-business majors for the business program. Then we have a very flexible schedule. We have evening classes, we have online classes, we have asynchronous classes, which will enable you to combine the professional career, your work, with the study, if you like. Yeah, if you like, you can come to Germany, you will get your visa, you will stay in Berlin, and then you can work and at the same time study. This is actually the meaning of MBA program, because it helps young professionals to develop the skills while they are studying. Then you also have a possibility of part-time study or the fast-track study. The program is designed for 18 months. But if you would like, and if you have a passion and time to go quickly over the program, you can complete the program within 1 year. For that, you can use asynchronous classes and the summer school. And then you are done within 12 months. As I mentioned, we have 10% of discount on the program in the anniversary year 2023. We have a reasonable price for the program. We have American diploma, we have American curriculum, but we do not have the prices of American universities. You can go over the program paying roughly €800 a month, which is very reasonable for this level of study. So you will have a possibility of the semester abroad. You can choose any university, but you can also take advantage of our headquarters in New York or any other university among the Touro system. And the last big point, I think it might be interested for career-oriented young professionals. Through the MBA at Touro University Berlin, you can enter to the doctorate program, DBA, Doctor of Business Administration. It's a program where you will receive a doctor title, and you can complete it with the Touro University worldwide online, but you can take 4 courses from the MBA program at Touro. What does it mean? That you save 4 courses from the DBA program. You save time and you save money. According to the current prices, it's $8,400 you will save if you decide to continue your education. Now let us have a quick glance on the curriculum. It's 42 American credits, 14 courses. For the students who are familiar with the European system, 42 American credits at 70 European credits. It's a little bit more intense program than the average MBA program, which is offered on the market. And the 10 courses are required. They are fixed. This is the core of the general management, international management MBA program. And another 4 courses you can choose. You are free in the choice of your courses. And we have here the 6 elective courses, 7 among them you can choose, but each semester we add on some popular courses which is up to date: digitalization, social media marketing, cybersecurity. So you have a broader choice of elective courses, and that you can discuss with your academic advisor. And as I mentioned, 4 of the required courses you can take with you for the DBA program and go for the doctor title. The good preparation for the MBA is the undergraduate business program at Touro University Berlin. There are also a number of special features of this program. I will skip it now because it's not our topic. And I just would like to show you some ideas about the student life in Berlin. You can go on the river trip in a ship with your peers. You can go in the clubs. You can experience Berlin. What we do, we visit different companies in Berlin. So later on, when you will receive this presentation, you can click on it and see the students' experiences. Sorry. And this is our student testimonials. If you would like to listen to our students, you can go in the presentation and let the students speak about the university, or you can go on our Instagram, Touro University Berlin Instagram profile. Then you will have much more information about our university and what our students think about it and how their study experiences are. Now we have a remaining couple of minutes. I would like to pass to my colleague, admissions officer Sofia Barna. She will introduce you shortly in the admissions requirements.
Thank you, Anna. Okay. My name is Sophia. I'm head of admissions at Touro Berlin. And the reason why we thought that it would be good to include some basic information about admissions is because we are an American university. And as an American university located in Germany, we are in a very fortunate situation that we don't have to comply with German university entry requirements. So for our graduate programs, our students, eligible students, must hold a bachelor's degree. If you earned your degree outside the US or the EU, we will ask you to submit a credential evaluation, which is basically a service that translates your credits and your grades into the American system so we understand the contents of your degree. As Anna mentioned already, we do not require that our applicants have work experience, and this is very different from German MBA programs. We have designed the program in a way that we facilitate students gaining work experience while they study with us, with evening classes and with a flexible hybrid teaching option for students who need to travel. We also accept students with undergraduate degrees unrelated to business. And for these students, we have designed a preparatory program that adds approximately 1 semester to their MBA program. And also importantly, we do not require GMAT or other standardized test scores. So we have a holistic approach to admissions, which means that we basically try to understand the students' motivations, reasons for studying with us and for studying that particular subject area. And we have an entrance interview for each student who is formally eligible. And through this entrance interview, we determine whether we are a good fit for each other. For our undergraduate degrees, again, I would like to emphasize that we are an American university, and our undergraduate students do not need to prove Abitur equivalency. So this really simplifies the application process for most international students. The bottom line for us is that international students must have either an American high school diploma, or if not that, then an international school certificate that is equivalent. And most international school certificates based on 12 years of secondary education are considered equivalent to the US high school diploma. Our applicants do not need to go through UniAssist. They have a direct online application channel to us. Again, we do not require standardized test scores, and we have an entrance interview for each applicant who is formally eligible. We're probably running out of time, and anyway, I would not like to go into specific application requirements. All that information is available on our website. But I would like to say that we're very happy to get back to each applicant any questions that might occur via email or phone, which I listed down here in the presentation. Thank you very much for listening and watching this presentation.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Professor Klippstein. Thank you very much, Sophia, for another very interesting presentation with lots of important details. And now let's move to our next guest for today, Professor Dr. Matthias Gröll from 𝘱𝘢𝘳𝘵𝘀 Saar, University of Applied Sciences. And you can see the location. We're moving to the south of Germany. And we'll now talk about Master of Arts level program in International Management. With that, I'm stopping my screen share and handing it over to Professor Gröll. Please. Professor, you are muted. We cannot hear you yet, unfortunately.
Yes, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome at HTW. I'm very happy to talk with you. Yes, my name is Matthias Gröll. I'm the program head of International Management, and I would like to introduce you to our program. Sorry, it doesn't work. It doesn't go on. Something isn't work. Okay, now it goes. Okay, so my first slide shows you some, or provides a short overview of our program. The name of the program is clear. We have a 4 semesters program covering 120 ECTS. Our teaching language is entirely in English, and we start only in winter semester. So lectures start normally mid-October. But the formal start of the semester is 1st of October. You have to apply until 15th of July for the following winter semester. So a special thing in comparison to other programs is that we do not collect tuition fees, but we have a semester contribution. I will come back to that issue a little bit later. And we are accredited by FIBAA. So what are our main objectives? So we would like to prepare our students for to be able to judge global challenges, to apply scientific methods, to test their own responsibility and independence, and to master complex situations. And of course, in an international program, you should gain some intercultural awareness. In total, of course, you have to expand, or we expect that you will expand your expertise and your skills. So in the end, your management expertise. Let's have a look on the program details or the course details. So we have 4 semesters. Let's have a look on the first semester. It contains with lectures and seminars. So human resource and cultural diversity is a combination of lecture and seminar. The same is international strategic management. In the second semester, we have 2 seminars. The rest will be lectures. And in the third semester, it's only half of a semester. with three theoretical modules called International Management Seminar, an International Management Workshop, and International Economics. So that will last until end of December, and then you can start your practical training, an internship abroad. The internship is compulsory to do it abroad for German students, for international students. They can do it in Germany. I will tell you more about a little bit later. So, so we have 9 months to do the internship, to go through the master's colloquium, and to write the master's thesis. This is a typical timetable of the first semester. So we try to organize our lectures in that way that at least one day is free for your individual plans, like preparing seminars, workshops, and so on, case studies, but also to discover the region and so on. So we are teaching in most cases in presence. So we are a live teaching university. In times of Corona, we moved to online offers, but that's not the typical case at our school. What are key features of our program? So in our content, we try to compare provide international comparisons and contemporary international topics. Our program lectures, as said before, are taught entirely in English, and our lecturers have a lot of international professional experience. Additionally, we invite each semester international guest lecturers. The last lectures came from Southern Oregon University in the US, and from France, sorry. We have a lot of projects with industrial partners, so we are strongly linked with our industrial partners in the region. We offer language training in German. From our perspective, it's important for our international students to step into German life and to collect some experience in German life, so that you can survive in Germany on your own, and therefore language training is interesting. I think you get also some cultural impressions by speaking the German language. For international students, the compulsory internship can be made in Germany, but also abroad. We offer a business game together with our partner university in UK, the University of Hertfordshire, each year. That's very interesting. So we have roughly 20-25 students on the German side and 10 to 15 students on the UK side. And the UK students visited now in March our university just to make this business game, or to play this business game. So that's a very interesting key feature, I think. The third and fourth semester offer a very flexible study planning. So hopefully you can see my mouse. We have here the first 2.5 semester. So they are covering theoretical modules. So that's the input we are going to give you in this program. So that will last, if you start in October, that will last until mid of December. In January starts a very flexible period. So from January 20 until September, the planned end of the program. Sorry, I made a mistake. I think it's January 25. Sorry, that's a mistake I made. It's January 25 and September 25 because we are talking about a 2-year program. So 9 months, which cover the internship, the colloquium, and the thesis. And it's up to our students to place these 3 parts on their own, so on their own needs. So they can decide to start the practical training or the internship early in January, or to shift it perhaps to March or to April. And they can extend the internship from the compulsory 12 weeks up to 6 months. That's very often done. So you are very flexible. You can write your thesis in a combination with an industrial partner, and we support this. That's a very flexible situation, and that's a specialty of our program. So coming to some technical details, our semester contribution has a height of 282 euros for the winter term, for the last winter term. That's roughly the same in summer. And this payment covers discounts on meals in the campus cafeteria, access to on-campus cultural activities like university sports, choir, the theater group, and many others. And you get a so-called semester ticket, which provides free public transport within the entire federal state of Saarland. Some words to the cost of living, which is, I think, very interesting for international students. So actually, we count with 1,100 euros per month to cover your personal expenses as for accommodation, food, leisure activities, books, and study equipment, semester fees, and health insurance. Coming now to the admission requirements. So we expect a bachelor's degree in business or economics. So, and your average mark should be better than, or should be at least 2.9 or better. Yes. And we have some minimum requirements concerning the business expertise. So 60 ECTS in business or economics, 5 ECTS in business law, and 10 ECTS in mathematics and statistics. Language requirements are required in English and German. English at the level of C1 of the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, CEFR, and German at the level of B1 of this CEFR. So we think it's important that international students can step easily into German real life, and they can connect with Germans, as of course with German students, but also with other German inhabitants in Saarland. The application deadline is 15th July for the following winter semester. Some words about the application procedure. So we are using UniAssist at Uni Assist, they will make a preliminary check of your bachelor degree and your scholar transcripts. And when you passed, you can apply at our university. So it's a preliminary review documentation. You get the so-called VPD, the German work. So it's a preliminary review documentation. Then you can apply directly to HTW Saar. If you have questions regarding the application process and admission requirements, you can directly contact our email address, apply@HTW Saar, and we have a help desk which serves this email address, and you can get individual advice during your application process. So now some services for incoming students. That's very similar to other universities. We welcome, counsel you, we try to give you orientation and to provide housing support. We have mentoring programs for first-year students and leisure programs. So some words concerning the university itself. We are consisting of 4 schools: architecture, engineering, social sciences, and our business school. Our location is directly in the heart of Europe, close to the border of Luxembourg and close to the border to France. We are a very small state, one of the smallest states of Germany, located in the southwest of Germany with 1 million inhabitants. Saarbrücken, where our school is located, has roughly 185,000 inhabitants. We have all typical issues of a middle-sized city: theater, festivals, and so on. And the city hosts 4 universities. Some sites, the buildings you can see are stemming from the 17th century, and they are very nice, and it's a nice living in summer here, and we have very mild winter climate. So the business school, some operating figures. So we are teaching roughly 2,300 students, 48 professors and 34 lecturers. We have some guest lecturers from private enterprises and public organizations. And we have an internship support service, placement service, which helps to find internship companies. We cooperate, as said before, intensively with our local companies. Some of you might be known also on an international sphere. So that's up to you to judge this. Special features of our business school. So we are a university of applied sciences. So our professors must be qualified in science and practice. And therefore, we are looking for practical experience for our students too, through, in most study programs, mandatory practical work in all study programs, as ours, international management, does as well. And we have strong and well-proven relationships to several universities abroad. Some pictures just to give you a brief impression. So that's our campus. With the building, we have a small lake nearby where you can walk in between your lectures. We have some campus life. In summer, it's very nice to eat and to talk outside and to have some celebrations. That's our graduation ceremony for our students. We book a Congress hall and there we celebrate all the night long the graduation. Yeah, not at last, but now I would like to give you some contact details. My name is well known. Please contact our internet. There you can get some more information and contact our email just to get more individual information concerning your individual application. I'm looking forward to your application and hope to see you next at HTW in Saarbrücken.
Thank you very much, Professor, for your presentation and for all the details that you provided for our students. And let me now move to our next presenters then, and then we'll have a live Q&A session. So we are moving to FAU Erlangen-Nürnberg. And as I said before already, we have two guests, Nina Knauer and 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘪𝘳𝘐, and they will present now to you the Master of Science level program in International Business Studies. And to locate yourself on the map, you can see that we are in the state of Bayern. Let me stop the screen share and hand it over to our guests.
Hello, everybody. I hope you can see my screen.
We can see the screen.
Perfect.
Yeah, now it's
Thank you very much. My name is 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘪𝘥𝘪𝘳. I'm from the School of Business and Economics and Society from the Friedrich-Alexander-Universität in Erlangen-Nürnberg. I have to apologize from the beginning because actually I do have a little bit of a sore throat, but I think I will manage. Moreover, my babysitter is ill, so if there's like a little one with blonde hair and like screaming like a devil running into this presentation, I am very sorry, but I think we will manage somehow. Plus, I do have support with me. My colleague Nina is there, and she will step in for me if something happens. And Nina does already have a very, very deep knowledge about our school, and she can share some links about our Instagram account and so on. But we will get to that later. In the beginning, I do have some, oh, I cannot shift over. That's not good. Okay, do you see the next slide?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you so much. So I have to click twice. I have some quick facts about our university, which we are part of. The university does have 5 faculties, including a university hospital. We do have almost 40,000 students, which makes us the second largest university in Bavaria. And the school itself does have approximately 6,000 students, which is quite large also. And we do have 22 master programs, and 3 of them are international programs. That means all lectures and classes are completely in English. And the program we're talking about today is the Master in International Business Studies. And this program is completely in English, of course. This is my short agenda. I will tell you a little bit about why you should apply for the program, the structure, the application and selection process, and of course, my presentation is the last one. We will get through questions and answers, but this is in the end of the presentation. Our program is truly international. This means our students come from 60 different countries, and 60% are international students. You've heard a lot of positive things about Germany already, but Bavaria is a very nice part of Germany. It's in the south, and the living costs in Nuremberg are quite affordable. So you do pay for living approximately from 800 to 900 euro per month. We are a normal university, so there's no tuition fee. And it's one of the, well, the city does have a very attractive corporate environment. That means lots of big companies. You can find student jobs easily. And moreover, our university is one of the most innovative universities in Germany, which we're very proud of. And our success rate is very high. So we have an extremely low dropout rate. That means our students complete their programs. And this is, of course, this means our program is very popular with all human resources managers, and our graduates are hired very easily after finishing their studies. The program is ranked very, very well. So we are number 7, which is from a very current ranking from 2022. So you can see we are very good and well known. So one of our arguments to come and study with us. As I mentioned before, we have a truly international student bodies. And to give you a short glance at it, we had 33 students from 25 countries. So we are very, our student bodies is truly very international. And there are some possibilities to start into a professional career in Germany after graduation. I have some examples for you from companies which we work together with. For example, we have 𝘱𝘢𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨, which have a strong history in our metropolitan region. We have Siemens, we have 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥 Group, we have 𝘱𝘢𝘳𝘵𝘯𝘪𝘱. This is some productive industry, and lots of those countries we do have seminars with, and of course, they offer internships for our students and working students programs, and this is also a benefit for our students and for the whole university. Some further examples where our graduates work, as I mentioned before, Puma and Adidas, and of course KPMG, which you might know, Lufthansa Group, Schaeffler, Deutsche Bahn, Henkel Group, which is not based in the Bavarian region, but doesn't matter. And of course, some of the big 5, PwC and so on. So this is where our graduates go to. I will tell you now a little bit about the structure of our program. So as in many other student programs, there is the master thesis in the end of the program, which is 30 ECTS. We do have the core courses, which everybody has to attend, and we have the so-called area studies. So if you study with us, you have to decide for a specific area which you want to study in. This could be Asia or Europe and the English-speaking countries, and we will go to that and the course distribution. So there are 12 courses free of choice, and they are all taught in English. We do have a module handbook where you can make a choice, and it's very decentralized. So there is no broad, administration you have to go to. You can just talk to your lecturer and get into touch with them and just make a decision which program is good for you or which lecture with class. So it's very decentralized, and you can choose freely according to your interest. And of course, the focus is on academic and theoretical content. So there's a good mixture about theory and practice. So you will learn both hands if you study with us. And I have some pictures from our professors, which you will get to know if you study with us. They have specific areas which they focus on. For example, Professor Moser, his issues is in global governance and international trade and labor. Professor Holtbrugge, who is responsible for his study program in general, he does a lot of strategic and transformation, human resource management, climate change, and so on. And he also gives an interdisciplinary business seminar. And those two people you will get in touch with if you study with us. And the rules to study by is choose one area, and you complete a total of 30 ECTS in this area, and up to 10 ECTS can be language classes, and you can use 10 ECTS free specialized in modules. And there's, as I mentioned before, the module handbook where each class is described very detailed, and so you can choose what is interesting for you. Since we are a very great university with lots of students. We do have a lot of partner university around the globe. And only the school has around 140 partner university in more of 40 countries. So since you would be in an international program, but this doesn't mean you can't get abroad. You also can spend or study a semester abroad in one of our partner universities. And also we do have lecturers and students come in from our partner universities and give classes or study in Germany. So you will get in touch with our international students and with our international lecturers. And this might also be a big benefit for you to get to know different people from different countries in Germany. Now I will switch over to the application and selection process. We do have a web page, which I recommend strongly to you to just get a few details. And there are very broad information about the study program. You can just hit mips.viso.fau.eu. And the master is described very detailed, and also the selection process. Normally, the deadline for application is on May the 31st. Sometimes the deadline is postponed 1 month later, so in June. I don't know which will be the deadline for this year, but I would be thinking it's May. So if you're interested in studying with you, you can just make a big cross in May in your calendar. So this would be the time to make the application. And normally there are a few selection criteria. Just a moment, please. Normally it's the quality of a bachelor's degree. You should have a bachelor's degree in business administration, management, economics, or related subjects. And you should have a profound knowledge of business administration, and the minimum ECTS is 30. You should have some knowledge in statistics. This is very important because you will get to know statistics in your study program as well. So, of course, you should have proficiency in English. You should do a TOEFL test, maybe, or equivalent. Home testing editions are accepted. An English bachelor's degree in a non-native country, for example, from Germany, Pakistan, etc., are not accepted. And you have to do an application video to introduce yourself. This is mandatory. And you should have spent a semester abroad. And we will check this from your CV. So you should have some language proficiency in German and English. But as I mentioned before, you don't have to have German knowledge because the study program is completely in English. So these are all the requirements you have to bring with if you want to study with us. So I'm already finished. Sorry, I did make it a little bit quickly because, as you also heard, my voice is just getting worse and worse. But we do have an Instagram account from our school where you can get a lot of pictures and stories, short stories about our study programs in our school. And I'm still here, and my colleague is still here if you do have still questions. And I thank you very much for your attention.
Okay, amazing. Thank you very much to everyone who presented and to everyone who has been involved in the Q&A, because you saved my life. You answered so many questions because we wouldn't be able to answer them today, all of them. But now we have this opportunity because there are only some questions left. And let me move to this, move to the Q&A. If it's okay for you, Ms. Blansteiner, could you also stop the screen share? Thank you. All right, let's questions that are already open. This is the first question is for Professor Ruvedel, because I remember you mentioned regarding the bachelor colloquium, and the question is a basic question. What do they do in this colloquium, students? Yeah. Professor Ruvedel, did you hear my question or should I repeat it?
Oh, I'm very sorry, Georgie. I was actually working on the other screen, and I just noted that I'm the only one with the screen off, and I didn't have my microphone on. Apologies, Georgie.
No problem.
Sorry. So would be great if you could repeat the question. Excuse me.
Yes. So the question is, what is colloquium?
Oh,
and what are students doing during this colloquium?
The colloquium is actually, so you write your bachelor thesis, which is a written document between 40 and 60 pages long. And the colloquium is the oral exam on this bachelor thesis, which actually in times of ChatGPT and artificial intelligence is gaining more importance, because we as professors, of course, want to make sure that you understood what you wrote. And so it's like at our university, the colloquium is 45 minutes and you present your bachelor thesis. And then afterwards, we've got questions on the thesis for our students.
Perfect. Thank you very much. One more follow-up question for you, Professor. For Rhine-Waal, can we have a supervisor for the thesis outside of the home institution?
Well, the first supervisor actually needs to be from our institution, but the second supervisor, we often have external supervisors, especially if the bachelor thesis is written in a company, for example, like a case study or so. But the first supervisor needs to be someone who is associated to our university, so that that can be any of our professors who are fully employed at our university, but it can also be like an external lecturer. So if you're interested in law, for instance, and you like our law teacher who is external, then you can write with him. But it needs to be associated to our university for the first supervisor. The second one can be basically anyone with a bachelor degree in business.
Okay, clear. Thank you very much. Now let me move to a question for Touro. Sophia almost answered every question, but I found a question, one question that can be addressed. So how the payments are done and what are the deadlines, if you could provide information in this regard?
Yeah, I would be very happy, but what payments exactly? So we have payments related to the application process, or is it payments related to semester fees?
Yeah, it's not specified, but my guess is it would be the semester fees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we have two ways of dealing with semester fees. Students pay per semester. They may decide to pay upfront until the first day of classes, or they may request an installment plan from our bursar. We're very flexible in this regard.
Okay, clear, perfect. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Now it's question for Ms. Blansteiner, or maybe Ms. Knauer can also address this question. Is 2.5 GPA a strict requirement, or there's some kind of flexibility in this regard?
Yeah, normally it is, this point is set, but in special cases, you can also contact the program coordinator. I also have seen two other questions which can be sent to them, and I will send the email address in the F&A box. So for specific questions, the program coordinator is always the best address to go through every specific case.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. All right, so this was an interesting question. Maybe Professor Ghyorl, once again, I saw that you already addressed in written form, but maybe students missed that in the bunch of questions. So could you once again explain regarding the possibilities regarding student assistantship jobs at your university, how frequent our positions are and how available they are for your students?
So it depends on the student's skills. So we need each semester students who are able to support our English programs. So to write some to write some scripts for professors and so on in English, to transfer some case studies. So this is the academic part, and also we are running Facebook entry for our internships. So all our former students are linked to a Facebook group, and so they are exchanging their internships they had before, or their working places they are now where they are now, and the support and the maintain of the Facebook group, that could be also kind of work. So in this, please think in this direction.
And Professor, one more question to you regarding the German level requirement. The question is, can we apply with lower level German and then improve it during our studies? I remember you mentioned B1, if I'm not mistaken. And then if the program is English taught, why do we have to immediately apply with a B1 level? Yeah. Thank you.
I know this question. So we have the philosophy that if international students come to Germany, especially to Saarland, they should be able to take part in daily life, and they shouldn't become an alien. And that's the reason why we require the basic German language knowledge, and it has to be proved with the application. That's the reason. It's a hard requirement. We know this, but we would like to educate international students for our labor market, and we want that most of the students, when they finalize the program, that they are going to stay here. So and then you need a minimum language knowledge. Okay, that's the reason.
Great. Good to know. Thank you very much, Professor. Now, because of the time, I want to ask one question to Rhine-Waal, one question to Touro, and also one question to FAU, and then we can call it a day. So these are the two questions, but I combined in one because they're so similar. Actually, it's one question, I could say, from Faith and from Tashi for Rhine-Waal. Is the application process is already now open, or when does it open, Professor?
Yes, so our application deadline, that's, I guess, more important than the opening, is the 15th of July. And honestly, as I'm a professor and not in administrative stuff, I'm actually not aware. I think the administration has not yet started. But on the last slide of my presentation, I had like the information where you can find that on the website. I think it's not yet open. I'm not sure when it does open, unfortunately. And we use UniAssist as like an international institution that helps universities for these administrative stuff for international students, and you have to deliver all the documents, and they're going to check on that, and then that works out. But deadline at the 15th of July for intake and winter term.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Professor. All clear. Now, question from Touro, maybe either Ms. Barna or Professor 𝘱𝘢𝘕. Regarding the scholarships, the question is, what is the main criterion that you employ to decide who will get the scholarship? So is it a GPA, is it a letter of motivation, is it a CV, extra, whatever it is? So could you share this information with us, please?
So we based our scholarships, we have a limited number of scholarships, and we make a decision based on merit and need. We don't have minimum GPA requirement in the application process, because we do not believe that this is a good indicator for future performance. So of course it's part of the consideration, but it's let me put it this way, it's going to be a subjective decision based on how well we fit with the applicant's background, what need they have for scholarships, and also, of course, we consider academic achievement as well, but that's not the sole component.
And it also depends on our existing collaboration. We are American Jewish institution, so we have American scholarships for certain groups like FAFSA or the veteran scholarships, which are provided from the US government, and in Touro Berlin we also do accept it. And we also have a collaboration with Jewish community, which supports a diverse group of students. Also, in addition to what Sophie told you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much for comprehensive answer. And now I have one more question to FAU, and we can call it a day. Yeah, Nina already answered this question, but I think it's a very interesting one, and I know where it's coming from. So is 3 months experience during the undergraduate studies is accepted for FAU? Because sometimes it's the requirement that you have to have the experience after your undergraduate, but if it's within the undergraduate, is it possible still?
Do you know that exactly, Eva? I think normally it should be already made before the application, but I don't know if it's also possible to do it during the master in exceptional cases.
Not during, but during the bachelor's, they mean, if they collected it during the bachelor's, but not after the bachelor's, is it doable?
If they already work during the bachelor's, it's
Yes.
also, yeah, that's enough. If they got
Okay.
3 months, that's totally fine. That's perfect. I think
Okay.
that's as most students did it like this.
Yeah.
Especially
Okay.
in our region, many people are working students at companies in our metropolitan region. So that's the normal way to do here.
Okay, perfect. Good to know. Thank you very much for your answers. And yeah, now let me share your screen for the official thank you. Thank you for our guests for wonderful presentation. Thank you for being so active in answering the questions. And of course, thanks to our attendees for sending so many questions that we didn't even have enough time to address even all of them. But of course, if you have any general questions when it comes to studying in Germany, please let us know. And if you have specific questions to specific study programs, that all of them provided to you with their contact details. So please feel free to get in touch with them. I would strongly recommend to do that. Also in the chat, you could see that I sent some links to our article series on UniAssist issue, because many times it was mentioned in the questions and during the presentation. So to know for you what the VPD is or what just UniAssist is, check out our articles. And also there was several times questions regarding APS India. And you can read my article regarding APS India that I wrote. It is in the chat also for free. And last but not least, yes, it is, if you would like to provide any details regarding regarding to this webinar, any feedback, of course, please feel free to do so, and the direct links are in the chat, and we always take into account your considerations or desires. So with that, once again, I would like to thank you very much, everyone, and wish you a very good rest of the day. Take care and bye-bye.